Josh and Abigail in the house. Greg's back. Concord Food Co-op. How are you?
Oh, great. Finally, some warm weather, huh? I think the first morning.
I
know.
Yeah.
It
no
just
jacket.
It just feels like winter is finally peeling away. Finally.
It's okay. I'll take it. Slow but sure.
Yeah.
But we're always going to complain around here.
Of course we are.
You know, if it was 70s in March, it's too hot too early. If it's not 70s until May, it's too late. You know, we're never happy. It's like the Three Bears kind of thing going on.
Well, you had a great kickoff song for us.
Yes.
Let's get physical, and Josh is back. And the last time Josh was in, his recommendation that stuck with me was to introduce something positive in your routine rather than focusing on a negative. Just put something positive in. And last week, Allison Layla, her number one recommendation was for wellness was movement. So I thought Josh would be great today. And then Abigail is going to talk about how supplements will help you in your fitness regime anyway.
Perfect.
So
Josh LaBelle, owner of OPEX Fitness in Hooksett, specializes in personal fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle coaching. You can get a hold of Josh at opexhooksett.com or check him out on Instagram at OPEX Fitness Hooksett. Good to have you back, Josh.
Yeah, thanks. Great.
And Abigail McShinsky, say hi.
Hello.
There you go. An herbalist and writer who lives in Concord and serves as the education specialist at MegaFood, a local company that crafts premium supplements made with real food from trusted farm partners that share a commitment to organic and regenerative agriculture. Big words. Mm-hmm. Good words. How do you simplify regenerative agriculture?
Regen-ag.
There you go.
Nice.
There we go.
Simple, digestible
neato.
bits. Mm-hmm. See, this is a good time of year because local produce coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 20-foot row of two kinds of lettuce in my greenhouse. It's about that big. I started them a couple weeks ago. It's coming. It's like, just waiting for the fresh lettuce and fresh tomatoes and people eating fresh. And that's what you're waiting for. Get rid of that stuff you're buying that came from Washington State or Texas or
Chile.
countries that people can't pronounce. Yeah. And I understand, that's part of the system. I get it. But there's nothing like fresh.
There's nothing like
Seasonal.
a fresh tomato.
And let's face it, a lot of us, and I freely admit it, put on a winter coat. And I took a walk last week, and man, my legs were killing me. I went,
that's right.
I sat around way too much this winter, and it's time.
I thought you were hunting.
Not
not
in
the
December,
whole-
January,
Yeah, that's
February,
true.
and March.
Yeah,
no.
right.
That's true.
I'm just kind of sitting around, shoveling a little bit, but I need to get out and walk and do stuff. And there's a slow process for people who are getting back out after the winter. Some people just want to jump right back in. That's when you get hurt. That's when stuff is like, ow, is it supposed to feel this way? You need to work your way back into it, but you got to do it healthy. Mm-hmm. With both of you helping me.
Sure.
That's kind of the way it is.
Yeah, so great time of year to now focus on getting out of the house and starting that workout or nutrition program again. Not that you couldn't have done that all winter, but
weather
sometimes,
supports that.
sometimes there was a little bit of a slough
Right?
off.
Yeah.
But now with the longer days, with the nicer temps, people want to move outside, and that could be a great part of your fitness.
For sure. So the way I always describe starting with people is think about what your function is and
What do you mean?
what are the activities you like
My
to do.
function is to make money. What
Yeah,
are you talking
sure.
about?
So function meaning what are the activities you participate in? What do you like to go out and do on your time off? And what are you really training for? So the thing I like to emphasize, and this is with 90% of people starting out, is emphasize single leg training over bilateral or double leg training. So most of the time, us as humans are actually on one leg at a time. When we're walking, when we're running, when we're doing different activities.
Oh, you never think of it that way.
Yeah,
That's so funny. You don't
Yeah.
think of it that way.
So when you train, and again, this is for function, you want to do a lot of your training, especially up front, on one leg at a time. So you can go out and for people listening, you can go out and Google a lot of these exercises, but I'll name a few. Split squats, single leg deadlifts are all great things that get you on one leg. And what that single leg training challenges you in is stability, balance, as well as strength,
Good point.
which are all important things for injury prevention and things that carry over into things you'll do in life every day.
And are most people starting with holding a rail or something? Are they able to?
I was going to say, once they do the squat, they get down. They ain't getting back up.
So
Here's the problem.
So yeah, you can. There are progressions to each of these exercises that you can start in. So you can start in assisted versions where you're using, if you've ever seen those like TRX handles or rings where you can hold that with one or two hands to support, and you can use that to assist you on the way up and focus on going what they call a negative, going slowly on lowering your body down as
Because
slow
that
as you
puts
can.
the real work in.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly. And then using the rings or assist to help you back up. And then you can progress to doing that without any assistance.
Which
and
is a
then adding
milestone.
in-
Which is it was like, guess what I did today? Yeah.
And then you'll add in what you would call a goblet hold, where you'll hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell right here, like on the center of your body, so it's nice and balanced.
Wow.
And there's a super clear progression again. You can find all this stuff easily accessible on like YouTube
But I can see
videos
the
right
way
now.
you've got this structured. We go from, as Greg and I pointed out, okay, you do the squat, you ain't getting back up, to all of a sudden, now I am getting back up. The little victory. And then a little victory.
Yep.
Then a little victory.
That's what keeps you going.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, that
Progress.
makes a
And
ton of sense.
measurable progress,
Yeah.
which
Yes,
is
yes.
the important thing to see.
And
I think so many people go out there, especially this time of year when they're feeling good and like do
I
want to
go from 0 to 60.
Exactly.
And
Guilty.
when you fail, then that retards everything that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
And one place where I think we can focus on nutrition, especially this time of year when we're starting out with those things and maybe pushing a little too hard, or we haven't used those muscles in a while, so
Yeah.
we're getting extra fatigue. That's when we can turn to food and supplements to maybe help those issues, so we can push through the burn and push through that to progress in our fitness.
So I really need the two of you,
yeah.
as opposed to one to the exclusion of the other. You know,
I think it's really helpful when you have a team or a group of maybe not people but resources
Right,
around
right.
you.
Yeah.
Whether it you've got your fitness experts, you've got your nutrition experts, and working together is really going to push you towards optimal health.
Now, see, I knew you were coming in, and I was thinking of you. What's today? Friday. I was thinking of you Tuesday night. I made this stir fry. That was so cool. Okay. No, and the reason I'm thinking of you is because it had colors. Okay.
Eat the rainbow.
Oh, my God. I had red peppers, green peppers, carrots, broccoli, spinach, cauliflower, summer squash, and I'm missing, shrooms. And I had something else. But it was like, oh, she would so love me for this.
Very proud.
But it wasn't buried in a steak. It was a veggie stir fry.
Yep.
And it's like just all the vegetables. If you know nothing else, have the more colors,
Yep. Eat
the
the
better off you
rainbow.
are. Yeah. And what?
Not
why?
just the Skittles.
Yeah,
tagline,
that is correct.
right?
Yeah.
But what
Just
is
so
it-
you're not confused.
But what
yeah.
is it I'm getting when I do that rainbow? Why
You're
is
getting
it so
just the most broad range of. We talk about vitamins and minerals a lot, but when we eat the rainbow, we're eating all those colors. It's the phytonutrients. They don't have the big fancy names. We're not as aware of them, but they work with all those vitamins and minerals. So the beta carotene that give carrots that beautiful color.
Yep.
The anthocyanins that make blueberries so beautifully blue
Love
and
blues.
purple.
Yep.
So you're getting all of these compounds that you don't get when you just focus on vitamins and minerals. They're providing support and really synergy.
I had green beans too. Sorry, threw green beans in there as well.
Delicious.
So yeah, I mean, but it's a great little stir fry, and you should have been doing that in December and January and February, but even now, and especially as more local produce becomes available, do it.
Absolutely.
No, that's great. And like Josh is saying, you don't have to go from sitting on the couch this winter longer than you should have to marathon in one outing. Don't do that because you're setting yourself up for failure. I like what you're talking about the step by step. That makes sense. Positive reinforcement every step of the way, and then work you in with it too. And
Yep.
boom.
Abigail, you said supplement. Is this
Yes.
something? Is that a one a day that you're taking, or you're taking something different pre-workout and something
Perfect
different
question.
after workout? What are
we
you
have a lot
suggesting?
we have a lot of options to support that. So I think some of the key supplements to look at when you're starting an exercise program is magnesium and turmeric. Those are two that I would really recommend. Magnesium because it's really responsible for a lot of the muscle cramping and things like that we can feel. If you ever have like jumpy, restless legs, that's likely
Yep.
magnesium telling you need some more.
Yep.
So magnesium can be really helpful with that athletic recovery, and turmeric the same way helps to reduce that acute inflammation you may feel in that hip from all those squats and things of that nature. So
Right.
they can just help that recovery process.
See, I've been using turmeric. I don't know why, because Greg and Vincent were telling me to use it. And so I'm putting it in soup. I'm putting it in stir fry. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but they told me I'm supposed to. But that's why I'm doing
Yep.
it. Okay.
You're not feeling any joints or feeling, usually it's my knees. And when I stop taking turmeric, I feel it in my knees again. I
Okay.
feel it up and down the stairs. So,
And that's an
yeah.
acute inflammation, and turmeric also helps with something I'm more concerned about,
Isn't
which
there
is cellular.
intestinal?
Absolutely,
Okay.
we can have that, but cellular inflammation too. So if you ever go to the doctors and have like your C-reactive protein is the measure that they check. They're checking that as an inflammation marker for like heart risk.
Wow.
And turmeric is going to help bring that cellular inflammation to a manageable level.
Can you take too much magnesium or too much turmeric?
Turmeric, you're probably going to, if you're taking supplements, you absolutely can. If you're working it into the diet, you're going to be hard-pressed to get too much of
too
it
much
in
in
a
the
dietary.
diet, yeah.
Magnesium, absolutely. There's, you want to start slow on magnesium supplementation because that can actually disrupt your gut. Maybe.
Will I know that it's been disrupted?
Yes.
I will.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
You'll be hanging out at home.
Yeah.
Oh,
Be going to work,
there we go.
okay.
Yeah.
That was very good.
That was a nice way to put it.
Josh, are you training people outside now, or is it all inside, or do some people really
Oh, yeah.
prefer?
Yeah, we open up the doors at our facility to get outside and do whatever sled pushes or whatever that person needs that day. So yeah, we try and get as much sunlight as we can while we're there. So
Vitamin D's not going to
vitamin
hurt
D is-
either.
Oh,
no,
No.
it definitely won't.
no,
No.
it is all good. Well, I'll tell you what, we have to take a quick break. Greg's back with us in the Concord Food Co-op. And Abigail McShinsky, Josh LaBelle in the house talking about fitness, talking about supplements. I mean, come on. Winter's over. You got to get outside. Lose the winter coat, because now's when people are going to start going, I'm not going to fit in my clothes. Yeah. There's a reason for that. Here's a chance to get out. I mean, you must have a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Up and say, oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to the beach this summer. You got to help me. I want to look good when I get. You get that?
Oh yeah.
And you get 2 weeks to do it.
But that's
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
well, yeah,
Well,
I know.
but you know what?
Then we set realism in.
But that's
That's
a motivator.
That's a great point to work out, to bring up, though, because, Josh, you're about lifestyle, not come to me for 2 weeks before bikini season. You know?
Yeah.
You really
But he
are
gets
trying.
that too, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, I'm
we,
sure-
we get it. Then it's just tailoring people's, putting realism around
Yeah,
what
just
their
working with them.
expectations are. Like
You know,
setting their
if people come
expectations
to you and they say, this is my goal, whatever that goal is, and they hit the goal, do they run off, or do they come back, or do they stay with you to maintain that goal?
Well, we figure out what do you want to do next. So you meet
Yeah.
goal A. What's your next goal? Because people always want to be moving in a direction, right? No one wants to stand still. So
See,
it's important to
a lot of people
redefine, and we help clients with that goal setting.
People I know who basically just kind of drift through life are very goal-oriented when there's something that means something to them. Whether it's losing weight, whether it's getting in shape, whether it's quitting this. If there's a hard and fast goal that they can see, they're heading, man, they're laser beam focused.
for sure.
And it's great.
And Josh, you had one good tip for us for if you were just starting out. Do you have any other tips if you're just trying to get an exercise fitness program together?
Yeah, for sure. So a few pointers for that, other than just like prioritizing the single leg training up front, would be pick multi-joint movements over single joint movements. So
Explain.
So multi-joint would mean I'm using my knees and my hips at the same time, or I'm using some muscles in my back and my arms at the same time. So you're going to burn more calories that way, and you're going to work more muscle groups. You're going to get more bang for your buck.
Got it.
You're going to save time, which time is what
Yep.
all of us, have running out, right? Prioritize free weights over machines. Kind of like what I said with single leg training before. Your body's not going to learn to naturally move and stabilize itself if you're training on like Nautilus machines.
Good point.
So I'm someone that
Wow.
the free weights are intimidating, though. Machines, there's some comfort in using a machine. Do you have tips for people who might be intimidated by?
Yes, kind of what we were talking about before, in starting with assisted if need be, and focusing on kind of the next tip would be movement proficiency before load. So always start with
form.
movement proficiency in the
before
movement. Yeah.
load.
Get comfortable doing the movement before you add load. If that needs to be assisted,
Oh,
do it assisted, and then progress to body weight, and then progress to load once you have weeks of training. Whenever you feel comfortable adding load and you feel like you've got that movement down, that's the time it's okay to progress.
So what I'm hearing is form. Form is the
Exactly.
important piece
Yes.
there.
Right, and form is what you get before you start adding more weight to
Right.
it.
And then make sure you're prioritizing core training, usually in the latter half or the latter piece of your workout. So great things to start off with: planks, side planks, and various forms of that based on where you're starting at. And one of the goals we have in my gym, just for basic, this is what anyone should be able to do training up to it, would be a 90-second side plank on both sides and at least a 90-second front plank, so forearm plank. I know it would be great if I could show that for everyone.
I think
to
you
describe
can. There's
it,
enough
but-
room here.
Yeah, I'll get up on the table. Yeah.
Well, if you ever want to take your class on a field trip, have them come up to my place because I'm working on firewood for next winter now. And I'm cutting trees about like that, 18-inch sections. You need to squat, lift, carry, put on the splitter, split, throw. So we're doing multi-joints at the same time. But that's my workout in the woods, and I love it.
And once they increase they want to increase their load, I've got some bigger logs at my
That's
house.
what I'm. Okay,
There we go. Send him over to him.
I'm telling you, man.
But
field
you gotta
Get him on
experience.
the back. It'll be like Rocky
Real
3
world
in the
Right, yeah,
shed.
no, it's Rocky 4 when he's.
Or is that Rocky
It's Rocky
4?
4.
Oh, Rocky 4.
Right, that's when he goes back
Okay.
out to the woods and
Train
he goes
to
to the
Thrive and
barn in
Drago, man.
Siberia.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
But see, the fact that Greg and I are willing to help your people speaks a lot about us.
Great community.
But, okay, so
that's
the point is you get it down first, and then you can increase, and then you won't be afraid of the free weights.
Yep.
Exactly.
Once you get the moves down, and
Great.
and you know it's okay to start with 5-pound weights and just get your movements.
It's okay to start
And
with no
Well,
weights.
see, or with no weights and just
Yep.
get the reps down, so you know what you're doing. Then you can add weight to it slowly. You don't have to be. I'd like to buy those 50-pound ones. No,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Let me ask Abigail because I saw a couple stories over the winter. Studies. I always like those. Okay, studies say that multivitamins don't really do anything for you.
There's been so many of these.
Well, and I look at it, and I'm somebody who has taken them, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing something good, right?
Right.
And then when they come back, I'm like, what?
My favorite one was the recent one that said people who take multivitamins, it did not increase their lifespan. That was the study looking at longevity. But I don't take a multivitamin to live forever. I take it to live my optimal life while I'm here.
Right.
So you got to kind of look at what those studies are really considering. You know,
Right.
are you taking your multivitamin because you think it's going to add 50 years to your life? We all would be doing that if a
Yeah,
multivitamin
sure,
was
sure.
going to do that.
It would be called something completely different if that
Completely different.
was the objective.
But instead, we can take a multi and really just support optimal health, so we're feeling our best, while we're here. And that's where I think the goal of a
is that the
multi
purpose
is.
of the multi?
Fill in the gaps, and they're called supplements for a reason. They're
Yeah.
going to supplement your diet,
Yeah.
food first.
Yeah.
Now I look at the back and I see, hey, I'm getting 200% of my daily thing on this, 100% of this, 2% of this.
Yeah.
Like, seriously? Why? But 2% apparently is better than no percent. I don't quite understand some of the things that they include. Why?
We could spend a whole
Yeah,
time talking
And we
about
will.
this.
We will, I'm sure.
We absolutely can. But it gets really tricky when you look at what an optimal diet would provide you for nutrition and what the FDA recommends as what I kind of call like death prevention. It's what you need to stay alive versus optimal health.
Yeah.
But the FBA thought ketchup was a vegetable. So, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Greg, we got 25.
25 seconds? All right, then each in a word, your number one advice that you would give someone for fitness and health.
All right, so I know it's supposed to be supplements, but I'm going to step on Josh's toes for a little bit because we talked about like motivation.
25
word.
seconds, one word.
One word? Oh, gosh.
All right, Josh,
go.
you go.
All right, pick a split squat, single leg variation, and try it out.
One word. Come on, Abigail.
Bye-bye.
Turmeric.
Good talking to you.
There you go.
You got it out. Good for you.
If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.